Hello loves, I'm Cecilia, and in this video I'm going to show you how to modify a very ugly piece of clothing that looks like a curtain into a beautiful little two-piece perfect for summer. I think it's really nice to sort of take an item that's already been made that might not fit you properly or you don't like the look of, and you can change it into some looks super cute or is for a different season, and you don't have to then throw it away, so it sort of contributes to sustainable fashion and all of that. So this long outfit I would never wear. The skirt is incredibly long, the top doesn't fit me, and it sort of swallows me a little bit, and I think I could make it a little bit more cuter. It is quite nice to twirl around in though, I will say. So I used my usual bits such as a sewing mat and my sewing machine given to me by my sister. So it's very easy to make something go from bedsheet to cute. So what I'm really going to do here is just tighten the top as it looks right now, just by sewing and taking a chunk out of it, adding some straps. I think it'll look a lot cuter with some cute little bow tie straps. There's my back, as you can see, and that's the excess material that I would remove. And here of course is the skirt, which doesn't fit me anywhere around the waist, which I would pin like that. So the skirt, of course, is far too drowning. It is indeed a bedsheet, and I would like to make it a lot tighter at the waist so it fits me properly, as well as making it shorter. So you want to just measure roughly where you think the skirt would come up to. For me, it'd be like midway to my thigh, and of course I'd take a chunk out of the waist too so it would fit me perfectly. So the first thing I did is started on my skirt, so I measured all the way down to my thigh, how long I wanted it to be on the skirt, and then up until then just did like a rough line at the bottom. Nothing has to be neat or nothing has to be perfect because you'll end up hemming that bit anyway. I just did an extra check that I got the length correct, because I sometimes just literally just do things on a whim, and so I don't even measure stuff, and then everything's ridiculously short, and then my mum wants to kill me. So after you've finished drawing on the skirt, then all you need to do is chop the excess off. So here we have the lovely little skirt. It looks 1,000 times better now that I've cut off all that excess material that I wouldn't really want to wear. So the next part that you would do is take a chunk out of the skirt, make it a lot tighter, make the waistband tighter so you know that it fits you around the waist. I think I ended up taking about 2 inches, I can't actually remember, maybe 2 or 3 inches off it, just because I like things to be extra tight and fit me properly. So onto the sewing, I use the usual zigzag stitch instead of having a serger, which creates a nice seam that I showed on my last video. And then the next thing that you do is, of course, hem the bottom of the skirt so you get a nice neat hem. I actually use a trick with a piece of sellotape so I can get a nice neat seam by sewing along the edge of the sellotape. So you just pop it on, as you can see, make sure it's nice and straight, and then you just get your sewing machine and you'd literally, after pinning it of course, would just sew straight along the edge of the sellotape. For the seam along the bottom, I used a normal straight line A stitch, which gives you a nice straight seam along the bottom of the skirt. So the next part that you'd move on to is the skirt. So what I want to do here is I want to make it a lot smaller. As you can see, it's an extra large, and I would do this by sewing diagonally. I'm not even sure if this is correct, but I just literally I just use my head and just bang it all together. So I'd sew it diagonally to try and get it to fit my waist really well. It's a super easy top to sew. As you can see, it's shirred, I think that's the word for it, and there's not really much to say there. You literally just sew all the way down and that's it, and you can create a nice little tighter fitting top. So onto the final part. I have figured out a way to cheat and get perfect bow tie straps. So at the end of the dress, the material that you discarded, the hemming there was the perfect strap type. It's obviously been hemmed professionally, so you can see how perfect it looks already. And I was literally just going to cut across the seam, so you'd already have ready-made straps. It's probably a little bit hard to see, but as you can see with these straps, you can't actually see the hemming, but I will show you in a moment. But this means that you don't have to make the straps yourself, which can be really annoying because then you have to sort of turn them inside out after you've sewn them, and it takes so long. So this is about being able to take an outfit that you're not too keen on and making it smaller, making it shorter, making it fit you more perfectly. You can see that it already looks like a ready-made strap. I'm like, yeah, I did that myself, even though I did not, of course. But they make a perfect little strap. And if you want to make them smaller, you can, but I kind of wanted them to be a little bit thick, so then I could tighten them around my shoulders easier. And here we are. Gorgeous little summer two-piece sunflower. Here is me twirling around in the bushes. And here is me also in Greece, enjoying the sunshine in my little top. And yeah, it fits perfectly. Very easy to make out of something that I normally wouldn't have really worn. So that's how I made something new out of something very ugly, and I hope you can follow it easily and change your own clothes. I hope you like the video. Subscribe!